Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Planet Ark. In this one we'll be talking about the top 15 dinosaurs that have a special unique abilities that you must tame. So, some dinosaurs within Ark have unique abilities that only belong to that specific dinosaur. We'll be looking at obviously the top 15 that you should tame. So let's start with the first hut, which is the Doedicurus and the Ankylosaurus, or I like to call little Anky. So, what makes these two? Let me put my gamma up. Sorry. What makes these two so special? So the Anky gathers metal, crystal, oil, flint, and obsidian better than anything else. Flint and stone in great ratio for spark powder as well. The Doedicurus gathers stone and sand extremely well with huge weight reductions for them. Can also gather passively, fast rolling, huge damage reduction shell. So this little guy, you can press right click or the alternative fire if it's on console to roll essentially, and you'll get to places a lot faster. You can set them to wander and they'll just passively gather stone. They are also very good, if I remember, on Extinction. They're very good at collecting. It's not crystal, it's the tables. You know, the tables in the main city. They're very good at smashing them and collecting the element dust, I believe, or metal itself. So these two are like essentially a must. Like the Anky for metal, flint if you really need it, crystal. Which one of you did that? That's disgusting. Yeah, so Anky for metal, the the Doedicurus for stone. Coming in at number 14, it's the Achatina and the Dung beetle. I think I'm saying that right. The Achatina. The Achatina? Anyway, it generates cementing paste and organic polymer. Just if you set it to wander. So if we do that right now, enable to wander. Let me turn this back on. Okay. Every time I record, someone does a poo. So I'll leave that to wander and we'll come back when that's generated stuff. The dung beetle. This converts poop into fertilizer and oil whilst wandering. So if you leave the dung beetle to wander, that will just generate oil over time. And if there's poop in its inventory, it will convert that into fertilizer. So make sure any poos that your tames or yourself do, pop it in the dung beetle. And yeah, so bear in mind that the Achatina thing requires, I forgot what it's called, the cake to tame. Let me look that up. Bear with me. It is sweet veggie cake. That's the one, vegetable cake. So you will need to make this in order to tame these, but they are definitely worth taming. As you can see, already got 5 cementing paste in there already. Dung beetles, all you need is poop. Put that in your last inventory slot, which for me is Mousespine 1. Just put that in there, go up to it, press E, and it will generate oil over time if you feed it poo. Okay, so coming in at number 13 is the Argentavis. So the reason why this is a unique tame, not only does it have natural high weight, it also has weight reduction for majority of the metals and stone. So you could literally go on a metal run, pop it in your RG, and then fly back without any issues. Not only that, the saddle itself is also a smithy, so I will come back once I have a saddle for it. 1 second. And voila, it now has a saddle. So if we open and go to crafting, it is now your very own mobile smithy. Okay, so coming in at number 12 is the Direbear. So these guys gather huge amounts of fiber, can gather up to 15 honey from a hive without damaging the hive, also gathers meat resources and berry resources. Great weight and attack, extremely fast, also small passive insulation. So when you ride this thing, you'll see a little buff in the bottom right hand corner, which will show an insulation buff. So that means if we check before we go on, and then check after we go on, you can see that it gives us a slight insulation. Number 11 on the list is the Equus, or the unicorn. So they are one of the same. That one's just got a special little horn, and there's only one that spawns on the map at a single time, and it's not always on the map. So they can just randomly spawn every now and then. So it's not always on the map. So the Equus, what do they do? So this saddle acts as a mortar and pestle. So it is your personal mortar and pestle when you're out and about. And also makes lassos. Also huge weight reduction to cementing paste, cactus sap, clay, sand, chitin / keratin, and stone. So some of that you will not find on this map. So the likes of cactus sap and clay and sand actually are all on the next map, which is the desert map, which the name of it has not come to mind, but you know what I'm talking about. Has a back kick that can cause torpor. So with that, you can easily knock out a lot of dinosaurs just by back kicking. Easy way to get a tame without using the sort of like the arrows and the trank darts and stuff like that. So easy tames to begin with. You're not likely to do that with bigger dinosaurs. However, if you do it with like raptors and stuff like that, easy, quick tames. Okay, so we're moving on to the top 10 now. So at the number 10 slot is a Megatherium. So what do? They are bug killers. So as soon as you kill a bug or anything that drops chitin / keratin, or is it just chitin? I'm pretty sure it's just chitin. Why does every creature have to poo as soon as I start talking about them? So as soon as they kill a bug, there is a buff that they get which drastically increases damage. And not only that, they gather huge amounts of chitin, kills death worms easily. Not necessary on this map, but the sandy map, the desert map, which I still don't know the name of, I've forgotten. Also gathers cactus sap, thatch, fiber, and berries plus. Also, a special note of the Megatherium, that's the word, is that a lot of creatures will just straight up ignore you when you're riding this creature. On a side note, they are also one of the best creatures to use to take on the broodmother boss on the island, mainly due to their massive buff that they get when they kill an insect. So as soon as you kill one of those spiderlings that roam around on the floor, if you have a pack of these, all of them will get the buff, and all of them will do huge amounts of damage to the broodmother. So keep that in mind. So in the number 9 slot is the Castoroides. The Castoroides, or the big chunky beaver. So these guys are extremely high wood gatherers. So you can leave them to roam around, and they will passively gain wood as well. So especially if you're in the secret lake area, if you drop one of these around there, there's plenty of trees there. They'll also just gather the wood for you. Extremely high sort of weight reduction as well for that said wood. Which is one of a very few that have weight reduction on wood. So it is a very, very good tame. Also, the saddle acts as a smithy as well. In the number 8 slot, we have the Daeodon. So the Daeodon is unique in the fact that it has a powerful heal, and it will heal all nearby dinos. So if we enable passive healing, you can see how big that range is. So picture you're at an obelisk with your creatures. They just finished like the beta. You want to go into the outer, take a couple of Daeodons, and they'll heal them very quickly. They also gather cactus sap and rare mushrooms as well. So definitely worth taming. You can find these in the the snowy areas. So on the map of the island, that'll be the top left-hand corner side. No, the white parts, not the yellow, the white parts. That's where you'll find them. Okay, so number 7 on the list is the Basilosaurus. So the Basilosaurus, easy tame to do. All you need is the extraordinary kibble, I believe. So on that, once you tame them, they generate oil just periodically. So if I go into its inventory now, you'll see that it's already got oil. Watch out, it does have a spoil bar, but this does replace the normal oil. Not only that, it is immune to shock damage, so you know those annoying jellyfish that you find in the ocean won't have an issue with the Basilo. It also gives you insulation as well. So when you're going deep diving, especially around the cold area, which is the top left, and you're just in a scuba suit, this will keep you nice and warm so you won't go to ice cube and start taking damage from the cold. It also heals in shallow water. So when you get near to the top of the water, you'll see it rapidly increase its health. Not only that, it cannot be grabbed by the squid. I have forgotten its name. But if you have been on a shark or Baryonyx or something like that, and you've come across this said squid, you'll know that they'll grab that, and you're like, whoa, give me back my tame. Stop it. Stop eating my tame. It cannot be done with a Basilo. The only downside to a Basilosaurus is that when you go into the deep water, it starts taking damage. And I have also had it. So on the island where I am now, also had it, if going that way in the deep ocean, it's just straight up killed my Basilo. Just out of nowhere. It's just killed it. So just be careful when going into the depths with it, because I know there are some quote-unquote kill zones where the Basilo will just straight up die. Okay, so number 6 on the list is the Thylacoleo. So decent speed and stamina, and can also climb vertical surfaces. Not only that, they've recently, I don't know how recent this is, but they've had a attack buff where if you attack them, they actually bleed as well. So it's a little dot damage added to the big cat. Okay, so now we come into the top 5. So 5 on the list for me is the Direwolves. So why? Not only do they have when you kill and then obviously eat the bodies, they can get a high level of pout. They also gain a high level of leech blood and angler gel, which it's a bit strange, I won't lie, but you know, one of the dinosaurs or animals had to do it, didn't they? Not only that, they have a pack bonus howl. So if we ride on this, don't even need a saddle, and press C. It was right click. In the top right hand corner, sorry, not left hand, you'll see the pack bonus. Not only that, they can sniff out unfound explorer notes, which is absolutely amazing for when leveling quickly. So, oh my god, do you have to? That's disgusting. So when you first start, if you put XP as normal, Direwolves are great at sniffing out unfound explorer notes, which will help you level up a lot faster. And also, if you ride one of these whilst getting an explorer note, you'll also give the XP buff to little doggy ear. Not only that, it would also find buried/hidden dinos. So buried, you won't need to worry. Actually, yes, you will. So the Palovia is a dinosaur that hides in the ground, and they're an absolute pain in the ass, I tell you. So these guys will help against that. They'll also can sniff out wounded players as well as wounded dinosaurs. So if you injure a dinosaur like a parasaur and they're a bit too quick for you, get on one of these guys and they'll be able to sniff them out with the C key. By the way, it's the one that I did before the howl, the C key. Okay, so number 4 on the list is the Baryonyx. Probably one of my favourite tames in all of Ark. So not only are they a decent underwater fighter, they have a stun attack with right click whilst underwater. They don't have an oxygen stat, so they'll never drown. And apparently they can sprint underwater, but I'm not actually sure what that means. Going down in the water is a bit difficult, as they seem to not go straight down. They sort of do it at a decline, same as going up, so they do it at a slight incline. It's kind of a pain, but overall, they are probably one of the best underwater dinos to have. Not only that, on land, they are probably one of the best cave dinos to have. Not only do they have a really strong, just natural attack, they can fit through most of the obstructions that you'll find in a cave, whereas the Thylo is a bit too wide to fit through some gaps. The Baryonyx will be able to fit through them with ease. Okay, so now here we are, top 3. I mean, there's 4 doors, but ignore that very last one. So in the 3rd position is the sweet, cute little Otter. So the Otter, they gather silica and black pearls from common fish. Also provides insulation, so you can pick this up. I'll show you now. Oh, great, thanks. So, let me put it on the floor. Let's check my insulation now. So, insulation, wait for that to go down. So, 554,409. Pick it up. 819,525. This is also based on the melee damage stat. So if we say do this and check that again, so apparently my hypothermal insulation doesn't want to go down. 540, 402. 1,297, 752. So the Otter is unique in the way that it gives probably one of the best insulations for a shoulder pet. Not only that, it can gather silica and black pearls from common fish. Not only that, it is the only dinosaur in the game that can carry an artifact. So you try and give one of the artifacts to any other dino, doesn't work. You can only carry one of those artifacts, whereas this little guy can carry as many as it can hold. So you can give it the same artifact of the brute, until it reaches its limit of 54 weight. So pump more into weight, and you'll be able to carry as many artifacts as you like. Okay, so number 2 on this list is the Yutyrannus, or the Yutyrannus. So with this bad boy, what you can do is two unique things. The first one is a courage roar. It boosts the attack and decreases incoming damage by 40%. The second one, intimidation roar. This will cause the dinos to run in fear, even when mounted, and causes a debuff that increases damage taken and decreases attack by 50%. In addition to that, the feared dinos will basically run away for, I think it's like 15 seconds or something ridiculous, and will not respond to commands. All round, a decent damage amount, but mainly it is all about those roars. So, this is a must when taking on the bosses. Majority of the time, you'll take 18 or 19 Rexes and 1 Yutyrannus. The other slot may be open for a Daeodon, so you can do a few little bits of heals whilst you're in the boss grounds. But majority of the time, it's 18 to 19 Rexes and 1 Yutyrannus. The Courage Roar is a must. Like, imagine going in there and not having the boost to attack, and also a decrease to incoming damage by 40%, especially against the dragon. I don't know, he is just a must-have, honestly, must-have. Okay, and for number 1 on this list is the one and only Therizino. Not only do they have great DPS, they also have great health, and they're really good, actually, against the dragon boss. Feed them veggie cakes in the inventory, and they'll just heal off that. But yeah, they're just overall such a great tame. With these, they are the overall best, one of the best, no, probably the best gatherer of majority of resources. So they gather wood, fiber, and meat extremely well. Can also gather hide and berries. Can also gather all things passively if you just let it roam, and put it on aggressive. Sorry. High DPS, like as I say, due to each attack hitting multiple times. Most big carnivores ignore it. It's a very fast mount with good stamina. Gains a harvest level with every normal level achieved, and can also gather black pearls extremely well. So what I mean by harvest level is, so when you level this bad boy up, so I'll just do it now. I'll just go to health. If you hold E, you'll see view harvesting level. So there's only 2. So that's additional power harvesting, which I believe is for wood. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's also for meat. So that's power harvesting. And then delicate harvesting is for your, I think it's fiber, thatch, and I think it also covers hide and berries. So the reason why I'm struggling with that is because he has 3 attacks. So he has his normal left click attack, which is his power attack. He also has the alternative attack, which is the right click, which is the like sort of the gather one, which is the delicate one. And he also has a C, which is a peck, which I believe the C gathers berries and hide. So it's a little confusing if it covers that. If it does, or if it doesn't, please let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that is my top 15 tames. We will just go through some others, just like quick shout outs. So I will go get them now. So yeah, that is the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I shall see you in the next one. Do you like how my suit fits? Doesn't even cover my arms. Anyway, take care, stay safe.